Hey, this is Charlie with Competitive Edge. I realized the other day that I have never done any videos on the 10x10 basic model. So here in my backyard, I'm going to show you, I'm going to unbox it and show you how to set it up, and we'll look at some of the features. So the first thing that you want to do when you unbox it is you're gonna want to unroll it and look for the awning. And the awning is a green flap. And this green flap is what you'll want in the front. I mean, basically, I guess you just choose which way you want your awning to go. So I want my awning in the front for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to face it this way. And here's the awning here. So as soon as you've laid the tent out and kind of pulled it kind of taut, you're going to get your stakes out of your pole bag. There's 18 of these huge stakes. When I go camping, I rarely put them all in, but you at least need to set aside 4 of them. And you're going to want to grab a rubber mallet. Don't use a hammer, please. If you miss with a hammer and you're hitting it really hard, you can damage the canvas on the tent, and some people miss. So use a rubber mallet. So let me show you. So we're going to start with one corner. Then we're going to do the opposite corner over here. I'm going to pull this kind of nice and tight, but not too tight. I don't want it to stretch it too much. Then we're going to do another corner. And finally the last corner. And you may notice that this has steel loops instead of nylon. That's the newer design. The next thing we're going to do is get these flex bow rods. This is why it's called a flex bow tent. There's 4 of them, and if you haven't seen how these go up, you're going to love this design. It's just genius. I'm just going to set 2 on each side. Let's see. I'll set 2 over there. I'm going to set 2 right there. Then I'm going to grab these 2 T-posts. They're not identical. This one has you can see a little spring in there. But we're going to set those, and this step doesn't matter which side you put these on. This is just the roof. You start with the roof. So let's start right here. So we're going to take the flex rods that have the rubber tips so it doesn't damage the canvas. We're just going to slide them in to these sleeves here. And then you can see I got them like that. Then I'm going to take either of these T-posts, and it doesn't matter which one. And you see there's these nubs here. You're going to put these facing downwards. We're going to shove these flex rods into the poles, and it's important to make sure you look in here and you see that they're inserted all the way. See, this one isn't inserted all the way, and it can break this flex rod, or it can break this if there's too much tension on it. So I'm going to set it down and make sure I got it in there. It's in nice and firmly. Okay, same thing. We've got these 2 sleeves here. I'm going to take the rods with the rubber tips, slide them through. And then I'm going to take the T-post, nub facing down. Make sure these are going all the way in. It's very quick. You'll love this when you set your own up. It's just such a quick job. Okay, now this part is important. People ask what this screw is right here. This screw is simply, you don't unscrew it or do anything with it. It just kind of stops this part from sliding during this step. So this step is going to make the roof nice and tight. So, and then there's this telescoping sleeve right here. So I'm simply going to push down on this. I'm going to kind of already get the roof kind of tight, but you're going to want to make sure that you're careful holding it pretty firmly. And you're just going to push down. And you can see the roof is starting to get tight on the ends. Nice and firm. And then once it gets down, what holds this in place is this sleeve right here. So I'm just going to take this sleeve and I'm going to slide it, and you're going to hear it click. That means it's in place. You see there's this push pin right here. So this push pin allows us, when we disassemble it, to pull it back. And then we simply pull it up and it releases the tension. So again, we'll just push this down, slide that over, and we're set. It's secure. Now I'm a little bit picky with the roof. I like it to be centered. I don't like when this is off-centered, so I'm just going to pull it. And it's not too difficult. Just going to pull that. The next step we're going to grab this bag with these upright poles. And these have springs in them, as you can see. I'm just going to connect those together. So this nub that I showed you, you're just going to take the pole and just insert it like that. Now this step sometimes is probably the most difficult part for some people. It's easier, a little bit easier on this 10 by 10 than it is the 10 by 14, but I'm just going to push up on the tent, and it doesn't seem super heavy. But you can see the stakes that are holding it into the ground are really what's keeping this in. So this opposite pressure is what helps set this tent up. So I'm just going to push that up, and one of the new designs that Kodiak has on these newer tents is this receiving D-ring. And it just kind of rests on the ground. And I'm just going to insert that into the bottom. So that's one side. Now we do the other side. So the same thing with this side. I'm just going to lift this up. This tent has never been set up. I love that smell of that new canvas. Same thing. I'm going to put it over the D-ring here. Like I said, I usually don't put all the stakes in. If you're expecting some crazy wind or you're camping on a beach, you may need to put them all in. But what I do for sure, and in this demo I'll put them all in, but what I do for sure, Kodiak has it so that it's kind of like a bathtub style floor so that the rain doesn't get in. And you can see that this is lifted slightly, and I don't like to step over that. So I'm going to at least stake this one. I'm going to pull it out slightly and push down. Okay, so that's hammered in. I'll do the same here. Okay, so I put all the stakes in, and you can kind of see it makes it nice. It really helps it keep a nice, good looking form. One of the things that I didn't do that Kodiak recommends, and kudos to Kodiak for being extra over the top, but they recommend putting a stake at the bottom of this D-ring right here. I don't ever do that because there's like enough pressure here that I don't know, I don't think it's necessary. So I have these 2 extra stakes left over, but for the record, they do recommend putting those on there. The next thing we're going to do is put this awning up, and the awning is pretty simple. It just has these grommets that receive these spiked poles. There's 2 of them, and they simply have these springs in them. And we're going to set them out about right here. And we're going to take these guy ropes. There's 2 guy ropes, And we're just going to attach them right here and then stake them down on the ground. Now, if you don't want to use the awning for some reason, you can roll it up and, well, let me show you. It looks a little bit prettier with two people because you can keep both sides looking really nice, but I found that if you're just one person and you're rolling it, just start from the center. And you can see that it can be attached like that. If you're in a rainstorm though, you can just leave it down to, I mean, the worst that's going to happen. So in fact, one thing to keep in mind is if you're in a rainstorm, you're going to get rain come down here and it's going to pool in here if you have this rolled up. So, I mean, if it's really windy, you know, leave it up like this, but before you roll this up, when you break camp, you're going to want to let it dry. So you just pull this and let this down, and any water that's in there will just come down. But in a storm, it doesn't hurt just to let it lay down like this, and then a lot of it will be drier naturally, assuming the sun comes out on your camping trip. Otherwise, you'll want to dry it in your garage or carport or in your yard, but you don't want to store it wet. You keep this thing dry and it will last forever. The other thing is all these wrinkles, they go away as well when it's set up and the wind, and the heat and everything starts to do its thing. So, and it starts to look really nice. So, all right. So I'm going to take these guy ropes and I just do a regular slip knot. Not because it's the best knot. Some of you guys probably have much better knots, but happens to be the only knot I know how to do. So I'm going to take that and pull this tight. And then I'm going to grab my extra stakes. And I found that the best way to make your awning look nice and not sag is, as much as I've figured it out, is to pull it from the opposite corner. So not just straight out like this, or it will start to sag in the center, but not too far to the right. I pull it kitty corner from the other corner of the awning itself. So I'm going to shove that stake in the ground. And then I'm going to take this loop, get that all the way in. I'm going to take this loop, and it has, you can see it has this plastic piece there, and all you do is just attach it like that and it will stay in place. Now this might fall over on me until I get the second one up, so let's do the second one just so you can see briefly some of the features. Here is an inside shot of the tent, and one thing to keep in mind, I love how tall this is. I hate not being able to stand up inside a tent. I don't know, I love being able to stand up and stretch out. But the thing is the very first thing, I love the smell of the canvas. I actually like the smell of the vinyl floor too, but it is pretty strong. So if you're sensitive to smells and stuff like that, just be patient. Open all these windows, let it air out. It will not always smell like that. I have a 10 by 10 that I've had for about 12 years or so. And it still has that nice canvas smell, but it doesn't have any vinyl smell. Obviously it has it. After the first or second time that you use it, you won't even notice that. I don't notice that smell, at least. So anyway, that is how you set up the 10 by 10. Well, I hope this was helpful. Setting up the tent is very easy. It's only a one-person job. It takes 5 minutes. If you put all the stakes in, it takes a few more minutes, but it's really quick. One-person takedown as well. If you have any questions about the tent, please comment below. If you want to see all the features, like what these loops are, zippers, pockets, windows, and all that, look at the link below and I'll show you all the features. And one thing to keep in mind with these 10 by 10s, there's 3 different styles. There's a basic, which this one is the basic. There's a deluxe that has extra windows, and a super deluxe VX that has big triangular windows here on the side. So if you have any questions, please let me know. If you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.